There is a challenge with flying cars in that they'll be quite noisy, the wind force generated will be very high. Let's just say that if something's flying over your head, a whole bunch of flying cars going all over the place.
Imagine a world where your car doesn't just drive itself, it flies above the ground. Sounds like a dream, right? Not anymore. Elon Musk and Tesla are turning this sci-fi fantasy into reality. From fully self-driving electric cars to flying vehicles that could change how we move, Musk has never been one to play it safe. Despite challenges like dipping sales and stock value, Tesla is charging full speed ahead with ideas that could reshape transportation as we know it. So, what exactly is Musk working on behind closed doors? Is the future of flying cars closer than we think? And could Tesla be the company to pull it off? Tesla's journey has never been easy. In fact, it's been a roller coaster ride. A few years ago, the company faced some serious challenges, from slowing sales to a drop in stock value. It seemed like nothing was going quite as planned. But if there's one thing we know about Elon Musk, it's that he doesn't back down easily. Instead of letting these setbacks derail the company, Tesla doubled down on its innovation. Musk has always been about pushing boundaries, and that's exactly what Tesla is doing now. The company is facing its difficulties head-on, and what's interesting is how they're taking bold steps to turn things around. Instead of playing it safe, Tesla is doing what it does best, reinventing the future. One of the most surprising moves, a new lineup of cutting-edge products that have the potential to revolutionize personal transportation. Insiders are buzzing with rumors that Tesla might be working on something truly unique. A flying electric hoverboard. While it sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie, it's not entirely out of the question. The idea of a flying vehicle has been a long-standing dream, but now, with advances in technology, it might just become a reality. But why hoverboards? Why now? Well, Tesla has always been about breaking barriers and thinking outside the box. When you think about it, the idea of a flying hoverboard is the perfect next step in personal transport. It's about more than just moving people from one place to another. It's about creating a whole new way of getting around. And Tesla wants to lead that charge. This bold move isn't just about making a cool product, it's about future-proofing the company and positioning Tesla as the leader in next-gen transportation. If they can pull off the hoverboard, it will be a game changer. But it's not just the hoverboard that's part of the plan. There's a bigger picture here, a future where Tesla dominates not just the electric car market, but personal air mobility as well. As much as this all sounds futuristic, it's also very much in line with what Musk has said for years. The world is on the brink of a transportation revolution. And Tesla, despite facing some tough times, is determined to be the driving force behind it. But the challenges Tesla faces aren't just technical. There's a whole world of obstacles, from regulatory approval to safety concerns. So, while these bold moves are exciting, they're also just the beginning. In the next chapter, we'll take a look at some of the other exciting hoverboard projects around the world and how Tesla's innovation might stack up against the competition. Stay tuned. When we think of Tesla, most of us picture sleek electric cars zooming down the road. But did you know that Tesla's ambitions go far beyond just cars? Elon Musk has always been the kind of visionary who doesn't just stop at the obvious. He looks ahead, way ahead, to what could come next. And right now, Tesla is looking beyond the automobile into a world where mobility is redefined. One of the most fascinating parts of Tesla's innovation strategy is how they're thinking about personal transportation as a whole. Sure, they've mastered the electric car, but what if cars could just be the starting point? What if the future of getting around includes flying vehicles, hoverboards, and even robot-driven taxis? Enter the cybercab, Tesla's answer to the future of autonomous transport. This isn't your typical vehicle. Imagine a small, sleek car that drives itself, with no steering wheel or pedals. It's a robotaxi, one that uses cameras and artificial intelligence, AI, to navigate without any human input. The cybercab might seem like something out of a sci-fi film, but it's part of Tesla's ongoing push to build a self-driving future. And it's just the beginning. But it doesn't stop there. Musk isn't just dreaming up new ways to make driving easier, he's thinking about what's next. Take the SpaceX package he mentioned for the Tesla Roadster. It's a bold move to equip future cars with rocket thrusters to boost acceleration. And, believe it or not, Musk has even toyed with the idea of making the Roadster hover above the ground. Think about it, a car that can take off and hover just above the road. It's insane, right? but it's a perfect example of how Tesla's pushing the limits of what's possible. All these innovations are part of Tesla's bigger vision for the future of mobility, a future where travel is smarter, more sustainable, and far more exciting. By expanding its focus beyond traditional cars, Tesla is working on creating a transportation ecosystem that doesn't just change how we drive. It could change how we live. Imagine a world where cars aren't just a means of transport, but part of a connected autonomous system where you could hail a robotaxi to take you anywhere, or even hop onto a hoverboard for a quick flight over the city. Tesla isn't just thinking about the cars we drive today. They're designing the mobility of tomorrow. And if all these ideas come to life, the world will never look the same again. But we're not quite there yet. Tesla may be leading the charge, but they're not the only ones trying to make the dream of hoverboards and flying cars a reality. In the next chapter, we'll dive into some of the other hoverboard projects popping up around the world and see how they compare to what Tesla might be working on. Stay tuned. Remember the scene from Back to the Future Part 2, where Marty McFly zooms around on a flying skateboard? It was the epitome of futuristic travel, something straight out of science fiction. But what if I told you that the hoverboard dream is slowly becoming a reality? The technology to make this childhood fantasy come true is no longer just a figment of imagination. The idea of hovering above the ground has been around for decades, and thanks to advancements in science and engineering, we're finally seeing prototypes of real-life hoverboards. These aren't the magic tricks we saw in movies. They're based on real, working technologies that have taken years of development and testing to bring to life. One of the most talked about hoverboards in recent years is the Hendo hoverboard. This device uses magnetic levitation, maglev, to float above the ground, just like Marty McFly's iconic ride. The technology works by creating a magnetic field between the board and special surfaces made from conductive materials. It's not as simple as just lifting off any old street, but on the right kind of surface, the Hendo hovers, and it's one of the closest things we've seen to a real hoverboard. While it might not be as sleek or as convenient as the ones from the movies, you can't just hover over water or grass just yet. The technology is there, and it's only getting better. But Hendo isn't the only company with their eyes set on the future. Take a look at Filipino engineer Kix Mola, who developed the Hoverboard Air, a fully functional flying device capable of lifting a person into the air and hovering for short periods. This isn't some concept. Kix Mola successfully flew his hoverboard over a distance of 2.2 kilometers, marking a milestone in personal air transportation. Unlike magnetic levitation, his design uses rotors, think of them as mini drone propellers, to keep the hoverboard up in the air. This could be the first step in building personal flying transport that goes beyond just cars. Then there's Arcaspace's Arcaboard, which is a more powerful version of a hoverboard designed to lift people into the air with electric fans that generate up to 200 kilograms of thrust. It's a completely different approach from Hendo's maglev technology, but it has the same end goal, getting off the ground. The Arcaboard can lift a person weighing up to 110 kilograms, and while the operational time is short, around 6 minutes on a single charge, it's proof that hovering is becoming possible. All these efforts show how close we are to making hoverboards a reality. What seemed like pure science fiction when we watched those movies in the 80s is no longer just a fantasy. Engineers around the world are working tirelessly to perfect hover technology, making it safer, more efficient, and more accessible. Sure, there are still limitations: battery life, the need for special surfaces, and the ability to stay stable at higher speeds are all challenges to overcome. But the fact that we're seeing working prototypes and flying hoverboards in the real world means that the future we dreamed of might not be so far off after all. As incredible as these developments are, though, they're just the beginning. In the next chapter, we'll look at how Elon Musk is pushing the boundaries of personal transportation even further, from his bold ambitions with the Tesla Roadster to his revolutionary work on autonomous vehicles. Hold on tight, the journey's just getting started. If there's one thing Elon Musk is known for, it's doing what others won't. Electric cars? Done. Reusable rockets? Check. Now he's merging those worlds with something straight out of science fiction. A Tesla Roadster with rocket thrusters. Yes, really. Musk wants the next-gen Roadster to include a SpaceX package, actual rocket tech built into a car. The idea is to install high-powered thrusters to boost acceleration and maybe even let the car hover. Musk's explained on the Joe Rogan Experience that the vision is for it to briefly lift off the ground, enough to turn heads, not enough to pose real danger. It's not about flying through the sky yet, but about radically reimagining what a car can do. Even if full hover mode doesn't pan out, rocket-assisted acceleration is still in play. One concept even hides a thruster behind a flip-down license plate, James Bond style. It's classic Musk, part genius, part madness, but all about pushing limits. Sure, there are real obstacles, safety, regulations, battery limits, and cost, but practicality isn't the point. The SpaceX Roadster is meant to inspire, to prove what happens when bold ideas meet advanced engineering. And without the rocket boosters, the Roadster is still expected to be one of the fastest production cars ever built. More importantly, the project highlights Musk's habit of blurring industry lines, combining space innovation with automotive performance. It's not just about speed or sustainability anymore. It's about transforming how we define motion itself. But the Roadster is only one piece of the puzzle. Around the world, independent engineers and inventors are taking these wild ideas and building real prototypes, like working hoverboards. Take the Hendo hoverboard, one of the first to genuinely hover using magnetic levitation. It floats a few centimeters above the ground, but only on special metal surfaces, limiting real-world use. Still, it proved that maglev hoverboards weren't just theory. Then there's YouTuber JLaserVideo, who attempted multiple designs before settling on a board powered by electric jet engines. It works like a tiny hovercraft, gliding over grass and pavement. It's not flawless, and like its Back to the Future inspiration, it doesn't float over water, but it shows that functional hoverboards are possible with the right tools. One of the most exciting successes came from Kix Mola, an engineer in the Philippines. His Hoverboard Air, essentially a large rideable drone, flew more than 2 kilometers in 7 minutes, controlled by body movement and a handheld remote. It wasn't a gimmick. It was a real step toward personal air travel. Still, flying tech brings real challenges. Battery life is a major issue. Most hoverboards fly only 5 to 10 minutes before needing a long recharge. They're also expensive, require open space to operate, and pose safety risks. Balancing a human on a flying board isn't easy. Even high-end designs like the Arcaboard, powered by 36 electric fans, face similar issues. It can lift a person weighing up to 110 kilograms and uses a different levitation method than maglev, but it only stays airborne for 6 minutes before needing hours of charging. The takeaway? Building real hoverboards is thrilling, but also frustrating. Each wow moment comes after years of trial and error. But this is how progress happens. Slow, steady, and built on each test, whether it succeeds or fails. These hoverboards aren't ready to replace cars yet, but they're getting closer. And while independent inventors tinker with the future of flying, Tesla is accelerating another kind of revolution: self-driving transport. Enter the Cybercab, Tesla's vision for a fully autonomous robotaxi. Think of it as a smaller, sleeker Cybertruck with no pedals, no steering wheel, and no driver. You simply hop in, tap your destination, and the car does the rest. It's like an Uber with no driver, powered entirely by Tesla's full self-driving FSD system. Tesla plans to roll this out first in places like Texas and California using existing Model 3 and Y vehicles, with the Cybercab hitting production by 2026. And it doesn't stop there. Musk has also teased the Robovan, a larger version that could carry up to 20 passengers. It's designed as a clean, self-driving shuttle to reduce traffic, emissions, and commuting stress in dense cities. Tesla's push into autonomy isn't just about cool tech. It's about reimagining public transport, urban planning, and even car ownership. Why buy a car when you can summon one anytime? Tesla's betting that shared self-driving rides will reshape how people move, making it cheaper, cleaner, and more accessible. But hurdles remain. Regulators are still cautious about vehicles without basic controls like steering wheels. Tesla's FSD tech has drawn scrutiny over safety and reliability. Critics argue it's not ready for the road, yet Musk stays confident. Love him or not, Musk has a habit of making the impossible happen. From rockets to Robotaxis, he keeps pushing the boundaries of what's considered realistic. And even if some ideas don't pan out, they often pull the entire industry forward. So while flying boards and robot cars might seem far off, the pieces are already falling into place. Engineers, inventors, and companies like Tesla are laying the groundwork for a world where the way we move is faster, cleaner, and more imaginative than ever before. The future of transport isn't just about flying. It's about rethinking everything we know about motion. And if this momentum keeps building, that future might arrive sooner than we think. The Robotaxi push shows Tesla isn't just an electric car company anymore. It's shaping up to be a mobility giant, creating tools and tech that could rewrite how the world moves. AI-powered vehicles and wireless charging systems that eliminate the need for cables are just the beginning. Tesla is clearly playing the long game, positioning itself to lead the future of autonomous transport. But Tesla's ambition goes far beyond roads. In this final chapter, let's zoom out and look at how these innovations, from flying boards to self-driving cars, are part of a much bigger shift in how the world moves. So, where is all of this heading? Hoverboards, rocket-powered roadsters, robotaxis without steering wheels. It all sounds like sci-fi, but it's rapidly becoming reality. We're entering a new era of mobility where the boundaries between land, air, and automation are blurring. It's no longer just about getting from point A to B. It's about how we get there and the kind of freedom that offers. Hoverboards, while still experimental, have already shown real lift capability. Whether through magnetic levitation, jet propulsion, or drone technology, the dream of gliding above ground, or even short-distance flying, is inching closer. It's not movie smooth just yet, but a few years ago, this seemed unthinkable. Meanwhile, Tesla and other tech giants are laying the foundation for a world of fully autonomous transport. Self-driving cars, AI-coordinated traffic systems, and driverless vans are all in development, aiming to reduce congestion, emissions, and stress. These vehicles won't just drive, they'll communicate, predict traffic patterns, and create safer roads. What's even more fascinating is the potential for this technology to take to the skies. As batteries become more efficient and materials get lighter, we could see personal flying vehicles become a real part of everyday life. Imagine calling a ride and being picked up by an air taxi from your own driveway. Of course, there are major hurdles ahead. Regulations, costs, and safety concerns are all real and unresolved. But history shows us that innovation often starts with a far-fetched idea. And those bold enough to pursue it often rewrite what's possible. Whether it's hoverboards, robotaxis, or rocket-assisted Teslas, one thing is clear. Transportation is evolving at an unprecedented pace. And the people leading this charge are the ones daring enough to rethink everything we thought we knew about mobility. Elon Musk isn't just building fast electric cars. He's reshaping how we think about movement and freedom. His vision stretches far beyond today's roads into a future where cars might fly and commutes might involve hovering rather than driving. Whether you admire him or question him, Musk's impact on the industry is undeniable. He bets big, and while not every gamble pays off, many have driven major breakthroughs. And he's not alone. Engineers, inventors, and dreamers worldwide are racing to bring science fiction to life, whether it's floating boards, flying taxis, or magnetic transport systems. What once felt like fantasy is slowly becoming tangible. Sure, the obstacles remain steep, but so did the challenges before every major leap in technology throughout history. That's the nature of progress. So, what will the future of roads or skies look like? If Musk's vision continues to unfold, we could soon live in a world where autonomous vehicles fly, hover lanes replace highways, and mobility means more than just wheels on pavement. One thing's for certain, we are in the middle of a major transformation. The way we move is changing fast, and Elon Musk, for better or worse, is right at the heart of it.